Well, it is a rainy start to the day. As many of us have seen so far this morning, we had some rain and some thunderstorms push through. There was a couple of areas that saw some small hail in the River Valley and in northwest Arkansas. Wouldn't surprise me if over the next couple of hours, any one of these little pockets you see here that look a little bit on the stronger side may produce some small hail, maybe some gusty winds. But overall, activity, at least in our neck of the woods, has been on the calmer side. Current watch is in effect. We don't have any sort of severe weather watches or anything like that, but we do have a flash flood watch in effect until Sunday. That's because we have multiple rounds of rain on the way coming up, not only today, tomorrow, all the way into early portions of Sunday. So it's going to be an active next couple of days. We have a severe weather risk today. It does include portions of the area. It is on the lower side. Some areas in the River Valley are clipped with this enhanced risk, but I do think in the future outlooks that we see in the next couple of hours that maybe we start to see that shift out of our area, just because so far today we've seen some rainfall, some storms. Activity's been on the calmer side, but it looks like we're going to start to wrap that down over the next couple of hours. So we're watching that. Breaking down those risks for today, tornadoes are very, very low. And if there was any risk, it would be clipping our extreme southeastern counties. Hail is the main risk today. And again, a low end risk for some wind. Now, over the next several hours, you could see portions of the southeastern areas of the River Valley that we cover have the potential for additional thunderstorms. But for northwest Arkansas, it looks like we're going to see a couple of chances. Maybe a couple of those thunderstorms produce some smaller hail, some gusty winds. But it looks like we're going to start to have a decrease in that activity over the next several hours. Still watching the River Valley for the next couple of hours as well, just because of that risk that we're watching. The main risk that we're watching and concerned for is going to be coming up tomorrow. Now, we do have a weather impact alert just because more strong to severe storms will be possible, and they have the potential for all hazards. So what that means is download the 5 News mobile app. This is going to be a tricky forecast, and we're going to let you know the very latest through those updates. There you can see all of our updates with our posts, our updated videos. Just make sure you download that. It's for free, Android and Apple. And the reason we're watching tomorrow is because we have this enhanced risk that's going to be pushing into our neck of the woods, and it does include portions of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Now, keep in mind, we don't make these outlooks. This isn't to scare you or to hype this up. This is the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. And I'm going to show you this. Take it with a grain of salt because we have plenty of the day left and early tomorrow morning for this to be updated. But the thing that we're watching the most is we're starting to see an enhanced risk for some tornadoes tomorrow. Now, we're not saying this to frighten you. This isn't to scare you. Keep in mind, we're just letting you know the very latest. Now, we also have a significant hashed area for both, meaning that there could be, if any storms were to develop, maybe a more significant risk, talking hail up to 2 inches possible, and then the potential for maybe a couple of tornadoes. So we're not here to scare you. We're going to get you through this, so keep it here with 5 News. This is the latest outlook. Keep in mind, this could change, and we're going to be keeping a very close eye on it. There is going to be a round of some storms early in the morning, potentially, and these could be some stronger storms as well, mainly with a hail and a damaging wind risk. The tornado risk doesn't arrive until the afternoon. Notice as this activity pushes away, we're starting to get to the noon hour, some isolated cells. And then as we get into the afternoon, evening hours, our concern is going to be any of these discrete storms will be on the stronger side potentially. Now, not everyone's going to see tornadoes. Not everyone's going to see hail, just to reduce those fears. But any of these discrete storms will pose a risk for that larger hail and maybe a tornado or two. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on it. The hope is that we don't get these discrete storms. If this is more what we call linear and it's a line, maybe an embedded spin-up would form with that. But if we get any of these isolated storms, that's what we're going to have to be watching very closely for tomorrow. So that's a look at what we've got there. The rain chances that I'll let you know about, we're still there. We're still looking at that heavy rain potential. Some areas could pick up to between 3, maybe up to 6 or 7 inches, depending on where you're watching from, especially as you get into the orange shaded colors there. So it is going to be an active next several days. Tricky forecast, because the other thing that we're watching for, that risk tomorrow, if we get widespread activity in the morning, maybe that stabilizes our atmosphere for the afternoon, reduces that risk. So there's a lot that goes into it. We're not just going to, get up here and say, it's going to happen. There's a lot that plays into these forecasts that we're watching. So letting you know of that risk. letting you know that we're watching it and that this is something to be aware of, but we're not going to say it's 100% going to happen because, again, activity today, early tomorrow will be a factor into how unstable do we get tomorrow afternoon, and that could play into that risk of whether we see all those storms or whether we start to stabilize and maybe that risk decreases and then rain into the weekend, so active next couple of days.
All right, and I will say about our app too, good to know, you guys are always here ready to go live when you need to, and notification will pop up telling you when they are live or telling you when there's a warning or watch, so it's really good to have.